Strong mommy Chrissy, she's a queen. If you're rocking with her, if you're down with her, you want a winning team, so come on to her channel. You gotta like and subscribe, because Strong Mommy Chrissy is a real cool vibe. Strong Mommy Chrissy, she's a queen.
Girl, we are back for another video. Today's video is a quick Q&A. I wanted to do this video because I feel like we got to do this at least twice a year. There's a lot of stuff your girl doesn't talk about anymore. There's a lot of stuff I don't address anymore. So now was the time to ask the questions. This will come around again, but probably not for another year or so. I really feel like y'all know everything that there is to know that I'm comfortable with sharing. And I also feel like sometimes y'all ask the same questions over and over. So let's get into it. Like I said, yeah, I let y'all ask questions on Instagram and on YouTube. We're gonna start with my YouTube I was about to say story, my YouTube, my community tab. Let's get started. Here we go. Okay, so the first one is, you do something other than YouTube. She didn't ask, she told me. She said, you do something other than YouTube. Without telling us what you do, what are 3 side hustles that you would recommend to a struggle streamer? So that was actually a pretty good set of questions. I really do like that question, so thank you to whoever asked it. I do something other than YouTube. I do multiple things. So I have multiple faceless channels now that I have been, some are new, some are a little bit older, some are monetized, some are not. I am an entrepreneur at heart. Y'all already know that's my thing. Like, your girl is a business owner. So as far as advice, I would give to struggle streamers, as this commenter said, or just people in general who need some advice with income. I'm not where I want to be yet, so I can't give you advice from a millionaire's perspective or a billionaire's perspective. Hell, I'm a thousandaire and barely doing that most days. That's how entrepreneurship works. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you really just don't have it like that. And that's just the name of the game. But my advice would be, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you have an idea, test it out. And then I would also say, though, don't throw that basket out and abort mission before you're absolutely sure none of those eggs is gonna hatch, honey. Okay, you picking up what I'm putting down. Stay consistent with whatever you choose to do. If you choose to start a business, unless you're seeing that it's not giving you any return and you are just seeping money into it, then or whatever, then it might be time to switch ideas or switch avenues. But test it out, and sometimes it takes a while. That's been my biggest struggle as an entrepreneur and as a content creator, is not giving up when you don't see that immediate return. Everybody wants that immediate satisfaction of, okay, you know, and the stories that you hear, people being like, I made $1 million in 24 hours. I sold out my product in 72 hours. Like, those are great stories, but those are not regular average stories, you know? A ton of us have to try and fail and try again 1 million times before we even make $1 from an entrepreneurial venture or from social media. So don't let the fact that it's slow to pick up discourage you. I had a business venture that I almost didn't make any money off of for 4 or 5 months. And it was really, really hard not to jump ship at month 2, because I was like, this is just, what am I doing here? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this, you know? Circle back to the initial question of what are 3 side hustles that I would suggest. Social media. It's 2025, social media. If you are not in AI, if you don't know anything about AI, I really, really encourage you to start reading up on AI. AI is the future, and I know some people are like anti-AI and anti, you know, listen, if you don't get in, you get left. So, you know, if you're talking about technology, even investing, AI, anything that you can get into with minimal startup costs. If you're like me, I ain't got it like that, you know? So I look to, when I'm looking into like, okay, what can I make money off of? Like, what can I start? What kind of business can I start? What can I do to bring in income? I'm looking for low buy-in and a high return at some point. I can be patient, although it's hard, but I need to know that at some point this is going to come through. And it's it's really, really, really important to know when the fuck to bone out if you need to, or when to adjust. Sometimes you don't need to just get out or completely stop something that you're working on, whether it be social media, whether it be an entrepreneurial venture. Sometimes it's just as simple of knowing when to adjust, and that could be the change that you needed from the beginning. So those would be my 3 tips, and yeah, I hope that helps, but also gives you some enlightenment on what I'm doing outside of YouTube, which is nothing much. Until y'all see me in a mansion driving a Lambo, I'm not doing enough. Okay? I'm really broke as fuck. I mean, I have 9 kids. So what's good income for other people is just barely skinning the top for me. But I'm blessed to say that I'm doing okay, and I really do project that I'm going to be doing really, really good soon. So the next question is, how's the new marriage coming along, and are you planning on moving anytime soon? So some of y'all just be trying to be messy. I clock that tea, girl. But the new marriage is coming along fine. It's great. It's dandy. I love him. He loves me. We're, you know, all that. Okay? Love it. Love him down. And I feel like we're doing good. I feel like just like any other marriages or relationships, we have seasons where we're like, ew, love you, but like, I want to wring your fucking neck this week because you're not listening to me. But other than that, I feel like we are doing really good. Opened my eyes, and I was watching some videos. I was watching actually my video of me when I was in the hospital after I had Onyx. First of all, I was looking fucking horrible. So I'll be looking at my old videos, y'all. Listen, I hate to deviate from the original content plan, but bitch, what the fuck? Now I know I was pregnant, and I know I was pregnant, and I know I had just delivered a baby, and I was in Vegas. So I was just hot, wide, and just everything. Whoa. I'll tell you, I don't even know that woman. I don't know that lady. But it was the eyelashes for me, y'all. I don't know why I had them spider ass eyelashes on. They were long. They had no curl to them. Now, y'all can say what y'all want about people who wear lashes. And I never understood lash blindness or makeup blindness or none of that. But BITCH, my son about to be 6 years old, 6 years later, I look back at them videos and I'm like, Chrissy girl, I know that's not you, baby. What? Slap it, get it, girl. I love me though. That was just a season where I didn't love myself. I'm just joking. Girl, okay, you guys, not too much on your girl, not too much on myself, because I was still beautiful then, and I'm still beautiful now. Okay. As far as the second half of that question, am I planning on moving anytime soon? No, but maybe. I like to keep y'all on your toes. You never know with me. If you notice the backdrop get different, that's when you know. If it doesn't, then I haven't. That's why I be sneezing every day. You see that right there? I really would love the flexibility to like move again out of state, but like, you know, moving in out of state, because I just feel like so many other places have affordable homes and cost of living to buy and to rent that Colorado just doesn't have. For now, I'm here, we're here, and I don't want to really move. I really don't want to move until Cadence graduates from high school, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Y'all hoes are good. Y'all probably figure it out before I even know. At this point, I'm starting to think there are some people so invested in my life that y'all or in the innards of my brain, and y'all just know the move I'm about to make before I even make it. Like, if I even think about making a move, a bitch is on my ass. Like white on rice, bitch. Like, oh, you thought we didn't know? You live at 3545 anywhere in the USA. I'm getting long-winded, y'all. You know I like these Q&As because I like to run my mouth. All right, let's move on to the next question. How in the HE double hockey sticks are you managing getting through the summer with all of the kids home? I'm barely making it with my two. I need some tips. So, I'm not. You see I'm in my car. Why do you think that is? SOS. Okay, somebody send help. I try to get them out as much as possible. I don't record everything for y'all because sometimes I'm looking raggedy and I'm just like, brush your hair up, put on some shoes, make sure you matching, and let's go. So luckily, you know, I have my husband. My kids have been in camp this summer. I've been taking them to the pool a lot. We've just been trying to find different ways to keep them busy, taking them to the library and keep them busy. I just seen one the other day that I want to try to do before my kids' summer break is over, because it is over in about 2 weeks. They're going back to school, which is, what the fuck? It's early. When they start doing that, like, I'm used to my kids not going back to like the 15th or the 16th of the month, and then here they are going back on the 1st. Now I ain't gonna complain, because baby, come bye, because I can have my days back. But you know, I was just like, dang, that snuck up on me. So my kids' summer break is actually about to come to an end. I say all that to say that baby, TikTok has saved my life this summer. My husband and I double teaming and just get just as much as I can bribe them with like popsicles and stuff, chalk, bubbles, whatever, girl. I'm just getting creative as hell. But now summer's coming to an end, so we only got a couple more weeks to make it, babe. Hang in there. The next question is, how long have you been married? How did you all meet? And I'm so proud of this new version of you. You've always been that girl. But your growth is amazing to see. First of all, thank you. So I'm not gonna tell you guys how long I've been married, only because people on the internet are just messy and all in my business. So I haven't disclosed when I got married, where I got married, none of the details. I haven't released those yet. How did you guys meet? And I said this in my last Q&A because somebody else asked that, but we met through mutual friends, and then we dated briefly and then stopped dating because he moved, I moved, like different, like life, right? And then reconnected later on in life. Like we stayed in contact and then like decided to actually date and take things seriously at a different point in life, which I'm grateful for, you know. How are you doing mentally, physically, and spiritually? Hope all is well. Thank you for that comment, because I feel like, well, first of all, y'all always give a F about your girl. I always have people checking up on me or asking how the kids and I are doing, and I'm always grateful for y'all, so thank you. As far as how I'm doing, y'all, I have my days. You know, I have my good days. I have my bad days since my mom passed. I have realized that I am experiencing some trauma, obviously PTSD, obviously, and I am going through like a state of functional depression, which, if I had to describe what, and that's my therapist diagnosed me with that, right? But if I had to describe what functional depression feels like for me, it is like standing in a pool and trying to run, where you feel like the weight of everything against you, but you're still determined to like get to the finish line. You are really, really tired, and you are really, really tired, but you're determined to not let your exhaustion or your tiredness stop you from reaching your goal. But also the fact that you are so tired and bogged down physically, mentally, emotionally, you are having a hard time being your normal self, and like things that used to be easy are extremely difficult, but you still are doing it to the best of your ability, but also not to your standards, if that makes sense. Like, that's how I feel with functional depression. So that is reflected in my work. That's reflected in just my household in general. Like, I run a tight ship. My house is clean. My kids are good. They're taken care of. But I just have high standards for myself that I am meeting, but at a slower pace, in a different way, because of the other things that I'm also dealing with. And I also have been putting on a smile, and I've been trying to get back to me, because as a mother, I'm just not allowed to stop. I'm just not allowed to quit. At the same time, I'm telling, what are the kids doing? Okay, I had to stop and talk to the kids for a minute. But long story short, I just feel the need to keep going for my kids. And so I'm trying to heal on the go. You know, I'm trying to, I acknowledge the fact that there's healing that needs to be done. There's damage that has been done, as there should be. And I'm trying to continuously go. But I am experiencing PTSD for sure. And I don't want to think about that every single day. I want to think about the good times, even the times where she was on my dang on nerve, like nagging at me about my volume or whatever else. Or like, girl, I haven't seen you post. What are you doing? I have nothing to watch. You're not posting. I want to focus on those things, those times and those memories. I'm working through it. But just know, if you've lost a parent or a significant other or a sibling or somebody that was really, really close to you, I know exactly what you're going through. And if you feel like I feel, please get some help. It's definitely normal to feel like that, but you can get through it quicker if you have help. So get some. Okay, so this one says, how do you stay snatched and glowing? I love self-care tea. As far as like skincare regimen, I have finally gotten to the point to where I'm consistent with my skincare. That has been something that has been super hard for me to do. You know, some people have that really nice butter skin and they don't have to worry about pimples, blemishes, acne, scarring. I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. So I use the Chat GPT to help me curate a good skincare plan for me, and I'm finally sticking to it. I'm using a lot of Thayer's, just a good rice water toner, good toners, good moisturizing. I'm using a lot of niacinamide. I'm using a lot of hyaluronic acid. I am also doing sunscreen for the first time in my life. I'm embarrassed to say that. I'm doing sunscreen every fucking day. Okay? If you want a skincare routine, let me know down below and I will do an updated skincare routine. My skin is not perfect. I do have on makeup today and I do have some scarring. I will say that for 35, I do feel like I am still looking really, really good, really youthful, and I'm grateful for that. So the next question says, what tips do you have for Pantry Organization? Y'all already know where I'm gonna send you. I just uploaded a Pantry Organization video on my cooking channel, Cooking with Strong Mommy Chrissy. I'll put it in the comments below. Go follow if you're not following. Subscribe, and watch those videos over there. I'm dropping a lot more over there than over here. If you know, you know. Okay. Next question is, why haven't I been consistent like I used to be? What's the tea? Honestly, babes, it's been a lot. Like, you guys know I lost my mom, and just a lot of different things have happened. You know, social media stalking and harassment. There's been a lot of things, and also just I've been chasing dreams and ventures outside of YouTube a lot as well. So, you know, it's a combination of a lot of different things. But like I said earlier in this video, I really want to get back to consistent content on both of my channels, and I'm kind of just trying to figure out what works for me. Once you fall out of the loop for so long, it's like pulling teeth to get yourself up and get yourself going when you need to be posting or editing or whatever. To get back in the routine like I used to be, I literally have to keep pushing myself. And again, I have days where I'm just like, I can't, I just cannot. But I'm really, really trying to get back to the basics. So pray for me, y'all. Okay, I'm trying. Let's see. The next question says, is there an update on your son that went to live with his dad? Are you still fighting the custody battle? Chrissy, keep doing what you do. I love the videos, clickbait and all. Well, thank you. At least somebody gets the fact that there's clickbait and it's still thank you. At least somebody understands. No, but thank you so much for that. So that case is done. Like, we've already hashed it out and it's been decided that Cash has to live in Colorado. But as I said in the earlier part of this video, I don't anticipate it to be like that forever. To answer your question, my son still lives with his father during the school year, and I still get him holidays and weekends, and I literally get him every weekend, every holiday. And yeah, so, you know, nothing's really changed there. No news. But if it does change, I'll let y'all know. Question was a little long. It says, congratulations on the marriage. Thanks, sis. Any tips for a single mom getting back into the dating world, dating apps versus going out to a lounge, etc. to meet men? Baby, it's so hard to find a great man that meet my standards. Is hubby a black man? I ask because it's like these black men here, not men no more, or not men anymore. That's what she meant to say. So let's unpack it all. As far as like dating apps or like going out in person, I feel like 90% of the general population these days do meet people on dating apps. I have been on dating apps before. I have had my fair share of success stories from dating apps, and I've had my fair share of fails from dating apps. I will say that my ex-husband, I met him at a bar. Like, just bumped into him on the dance floor at a bar, and he still was the worst mistake. So, you know, it really, to me, I feel like it doesn't matter whether you bump into them in the elevator or you swipe right on them on a dating app. It's really just hard to find good, genuine people. But I would say just don't give up, because there is someone out here for everyone. I can talk about this topic all day and all night, so I will wrap it up here and just say you can find good men in the general public, and you can find bad men in the general public that'll waste your time and be cheaters and liars. You can find good men on social media or dating apps, and you can find bad men on social media and dating apps. It's all in the method in which you're using to screen these men, date these men, and who are you going for. Before, I would date for looks or for other things, or even for what I thought that they could be one day, which is really stupid. I know, don't do that. But for me personally, I stopped dating like that and started dating for potential. I stopped dating for potential and started dating for what people had in my face today. What can you do today? What can you bring to the table today? And so that was life changing. And even though I've dated people, some of which on social media, which were really good people, had really good career paths, had really like all of the things, it just didn't work out, and that's okay. Sometimes it's like that. But I would just say, keep going, get outside your comfort zone, and focus on what really matters to you and date for that. Next one is, what grades are all the kids going to? Very quickly, I have Cadence, who's going to be a senior this year, Kingston, who's going to be a sophomore, Kaya's going to 8th grade, the twins, Kamora and Kensley, are going to 6th grade, Cash is going to 5th grade. This is last year of elementary. Oh my God. Junebug's going to 4th grade. He's almost out of elementary too. It's mind-boggling to me, like how fast they're growing. So Junebug's going to 4th grade. Blaze is going to 2nd grade, and Onyx is going to 1st grade. Oh my God. Like I can't, my babies are all growing up. Like, I have no babies. The next question is, will you be posting more frequently? Do I need to say that that's always the goal? Babes, the goal is always for me to post. If I'm not posting consistently, I'm busy doing other things. But I in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, bitch, I need to edit. I need to edit this vlog. I need to edit this vlog right now. I'm not even done recording it. For content creators, it's like, I really, from thought to record to edit to upload, is such a fucking process. People do not understand how much time, energy, and effort goes into all of these videos. So just bear with me. But I swear to God, I'm trying, okay? Moving on. Is Colorado affordable? I have 9 kids and I want to move somewhere cold with 7. Colorado is not affordable. That's it. It's not. Hardest part of being a mom, I'd say having to be selfless when you need to be selfish is the hardest part. Especially, I've realized that over the last couple of months, especially with the loss of my mother, I've had to be selfless and put me aside to be a present and great mother when there's been days where I didn't want to even do anything for anybody. But that's the hardest part, pushing through when you're already at rock bottom. How long have you been married, and are any more kids in the future? So I already said I wasn't going to say exactly when I got married. I might release that in like a whole package of videos, but I'm not going to do that right now. And it says, any more kids in the future? I teeter on the back and forth with that. I want one more. My husband has no biological children. He's actually okay not having any biological children. Until my kids are like way older, then he's like, well, maybe we can have one. But then I'm like, no. I'll be 35 in 2 weeks. So if y'all don't see me with a baby in the next 2 to 3 years, you ain't seeing me with a baby at all. At all. In 2 to 3 years is gracious. I don't see it happening. I don't see us having a baby within 2 to 3. And if it don't happen in 2 to 3, it ain't happening. So I'll go ahead and just say, hang that up. Hang it up. But if y'all see me in the next, if it's between now and 2 or 3 years, I'll still be open to having a child. But right now, I'm trying to just get the ones that I have raised. So, okay. Someone said, are you and Rod back together? I have said it once and I will say it again. No, we are not back together. Wish him well. No, we are not back together. I have no questions. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, boo. And then last but not least, this question says, have you or would you spin the block with any baby daddies? I would absolutely never spin the block with any of those fellers. It's like, I would absolutely never spin the block with any of them. However, they have all, all of them tried to spin the block on me. Didn't happen though. Not once. Not once. Once I left them men alone, I never touched them or talked to them romantically ever again. That's one thing you can't say about your girl, okay? So no, but they have all tried to get back with me, all of them. So you know how that goes, girl. All right, what's your favorite adult drink at the moment? French 75. When I go out, French 75. They get you where you're going. They're cute, they're dainty, but they taste good. But thank y'all so much for asking me these questions. Hopefully this got y'all up to speed with my life currently, and maybe ask some of the questions that you've always wanted to know and just never had the courage to ask, or just never been around when they were answered, or they just never got answered. If you guys have any other questions, it's okay. Drop them down in the comments. I'll answer them, or I'll block you if you're rude. I don't know. You let me know. I'm just trying to check your temperature, babe. What we doing? One more thing before I go. I saw, my girl Ming, one of my best friends, right? She posted a Q&A on her page a few days ago, probably about a week ago now. And she had told me that someone was asking about like what happened between us, as if we fell out. I don't know where some of you come up with these ideas, but nothing has happened between Ming and I. We are still locked in. Ain't no switching up. Like, that's my girl. That's my sister. And there's nothing different. There's nothing new going on there. The originals, we all cool. Everything's copacetic. Everybody else can't say the same, but I wish everybody will either way. I'll see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like, girl, and that subscribe if you haven't already, because I need my subscribers too. Hit the like. It's a stick up. It's like, love y'all. See y'all next time.
Strong mommy Chrissy, she's a queen.